Hey, it's Coach Tom Ferry. Happy Friday. Welcome to Life by Design, your place online for ideas, inspiration, and how to stay in action. Well, I asked a question on my Facebook page on Thursday. I said, hey, what do you guys want me to cover on Friday? Well, here we go. I got a whole bunch of responses, 19 by the time I took a look, and people were saying everything from, just keep us focused, keep us on our mindset. But one of you asked this question: how do I get out of a rut? And I like that question because I think, as you know, there are many people out there right now that are they're uninspired and they're not doing the things that are giving them the power. And you know what? They feel like they're working, but the work they're doing is like digging a hole and they're getting in it. So I wanted to share with you today, how do you get out of a rut? And more importantly, how can you jumpstart your business? Very specifically, what I want you to do for the next 90 days. So if you're struggling to get the kind of results you want right now, and be honest, here we are in summer, the weather's nice, maybe you're not doing what's giving you the sales success you desire, I'm going to ask you to take a hard look in the mirror, and ask yourself, what's going to happen if you stay on this course versus what could happen if you follow the course I'm recommending right now. My dear friend and longtime client and longtime coach for our company, a guy named Bob Kuiper out of the Midwest in Minnesota. Bob and I worked together for years. When he first came into the real estate business, he had managed for about 15 years. When he got into the residential resale, like back in sales, he did really well. 26 sales his first year. Second year in the business, or the second year back in sales, I think he did like 60 sales, like this unbelievable number. Very powerful. Lots of past clients, lots of sphere, lots of people supporting him. And guess what? He set an intention that next year to do 125 transactions. So here we are, it's the end of like November, December, and he's closing out 60, and we get down to one escrow, one pending sale. And guess what happened to that one pending sale 3 days into the new year in January? It exploded. And it wasn't just a sale, it happened to be $1 million sale, which for him at the time was big. It was like 4 or 5 of his normal transactions. So it hurt. So he calls me on our first coaching call and he goes, I don't know what to do. Where do I get started? And I said, look, Bob, we've got a plan this year to do something rather aggressive, doubling the size of your business. You're in a rut because in November, December, you didn't do your job, which is why you're sitting on one pending sale right now. You were celebrating your victories, I get it, but now you're paying the consequences. So just for the next 90 days, here's what I want you to do. And he grabbed his pen, and being very coachable as I hope you are, this is what I asked him to do. I said, for the next 3 months, or 60 business days, Monday through Friday, I want you to follow this plan. I want you in the office at 8, and from 8 o'clock to 8:30, I want you to organize your day, prepare your schedule, work on your projects, return phone calls, but plan out your day and make sure you're ready to go. You know the things you need to do. Get your voicemails, all that stuff out of the way. From 8:30 to 9, I said I want you to role play your scripts and dialogues to really get yourself emotionally and physically charged before you make some phone calls. Then from 9 to 10, I want you to call every new expired listing in your marketplace. And he was like, okay, I know, I got to do this. I've been talking about it forever. I said, I'm holding you to this. 9 to noon, all the new expireds. 10 to 11, he called all of his buyer leads to schedule appointments, to schedule showing property, old leads, old expireds, and everybody else that was on his sort of lead list, if you will. And then from 11 to 12, we did something very specific. We called past clients in Sphere, but we asked him this question because he was feeling behind. He asked every one of them. After he had a little dialogue, role play, talk a little bit, then he'd say, let me ask you a question. Would you be willing to refer me just one buyer or one seller in the next 12 months? That question. Would you be willing to refer me one buyer or one seller in the next 12 months? And every person that said, yeah, Bob, you got it. Guess what? We called them a lot. And the ones that are like, well, I don't know, and I don't know if I can commit to that. We'd have a little dialogue. But he did that every day, 90 days. Well, 60 business days, 3 months, that 90-day window. And guess what happened? Right out of that slump and right into an unbelievable first quarter that propelled him into an enormous second quarter. So I want to challenge you. You might have said focus on that Facebook page. You might have said mindset on that Facebook page. And I get all that. Watch the last couple videos that I've been sharing over the last few weeks. A lot of it going to level 10, being your best, really committing to work on it every single day, not just in your business, but physically, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally in your relationships, having it all. But here's the bottom line. If you're not doing your job and you're not doing work and you don't see the checks coming in the way you want it, you need to get on the phone. You need to start generating business and being productive. So take Take the Kuiper plan, and I dare you to run with it for 90 days. And watch what will happen. Here we are. July, end of, right? So let's call it August, September, October. I have a feeling you follow this plan in 90 days, I'm going to be getting some Facebooks or some calls and some posts of people saying, you're not going to believe what happened to me. And I would love that. So, that's my Slump Buster program for you. Remember always, your strategy matters, your passion rules.